Hi, I'm Steve Myers, founder of ClosingYourInvestors.com. Today I'd like to start you along the path of how do I get ready to talk to my first investor. We're going to talk about pre-money valuation, the whole valuation game. You got to understand what pre-money valuation is. So I've prepared a PDF. You should have it along with this video. It's called Playing the Valuation Game and subtitled under it Pre-Money Valuation. I'm going to use these series of slides, the PDF, to do both of them. But before you can really get into valuation, you got to understand, well, what is meant by my pre-money valuation and my post-money valuation? Simply put, your pre-money valuation is what are you valuing your company at today? Of course, you're going to say, well, Steve, I don't know. That's obviously a separate topic of conversation. You're working with your financial advisors. But what I want you to understand is the difference between pre-money valuation and post-money valuation, and how you answer your first investor, your first sophisticated investor, when they say, what's your pre? So let's take a look at the slides. Let's walk through this. The first one there, I've heard this so many times. Well, Steve, I want to sell 20% of my company for $1 million. So I'm going to keep this easy because you can use your fingers. And I want you, all of you people out there that are saying, oh, I'm going to skip this video because I just don't understand numbers, I can't work with them. You know, that's your past story. I need you to create a new story, something that's about success. And I'm going to show you, you can do this with your fingers, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my fingers on it. So I want to sell 20% of my company for $1 million, and hypothetically I own 4 million shares. I picked that one because it happens to work out really nicely with fingers, but you could pick any other number and go through it. So here's how it plays out. So if the investor is going to end up, let's pretend that you find an investor and she actually buys 1 million shares for $1 million, a buck a share, and you're holding 4 million shares. Well, here's her 1 million and here's your 4 million. So she owns 20% of the company, i.e. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100% of 100% of your company, all right? So you've got 5 million shares out there. Well, guess what? She paid a buck a share for hers in an arm's length open market transaction. Well, that basically establishes the value for your company. If she was willing to pay a buck a share, well, you've got 4 million shares. So guess what? Your shares were worth 4 million bucks. That would have been your pre-money valuation. They were worth 4 million, and she bought another share. So guess what? Your post-money valuation is 5 million. Theoretically, whatever you had in your company, your IP, your prototypes, your marketing plan, whatever it is that you had there, someone was willing to invest and pay $1 million for 20% of your company. That implies that what you had in your company is worth 4 million bucks. That was your pre-money value. So your founder shares are worth 4 million bucks. That doesn't mean you can go out and sell them immediately today, but ideally you can very soon. So let's go through the slide. Let's look at it. Pre-money valuation is 4 million. Post-money valuation is 5 million. It's a simple formula. Pre-money value plus the investment equals your post-money valuation. Hopefully you're going to say, well, Steve, why did you waste my time on that? That was so stupid, and you're waving your fingers in the air. Well, hey, I've been teaching this class for a couple years, and I can't tell you how many blank stares I get. So I'm really trying to reduce it down to its most elemental parts, and 5 fingers seems to work really well, okay? So your pre-money valuation plus the amount of your investment is your post-money valuation. And again, it would have been a little trickier if I would have said I wanted to sell 1/3 of my company for $1 million. But again, just do the math. You know, write it down and figure it out. It's not that hard. Those are some of the most important questions. Generally, someone's going to listen to your business plan presentation and then they're going to say, hey, Steve, so what's your pre? And if you're sitting there, my pre what? I already did it. I'm done. No, they're talking about your valuation. And remember, you only have one chance to make a great first impression with your investor. And if they aren't totally convinced that you can manage their money better than they can, you're out of luck, okay? So get this. Pre-money valuation, take a look at the slides. Try it with different numbers. Just practice it. Or run through the numbers that people that are helping you with your business plan have come up with, what they think the value of the company is, or what they'd like to sell what percentage of the company for. And you may get someone who says, well, we want to sell 2% of the company for $1 million. Well, so what does that work out to be? I'm doing the math in my head. I think that means, do you think your company is worth, what I say, 2% for $1 million? Do you think your company is worth $50 million today, and all you have is this one little sheet of paper with a couple little notes on it? good luck, but you know, some people do that because they haven't done this formula, okay? So do the formula, be thoughtful, and be successful. Hey, thanks for today, okay? Bye-bye.